Hey there, fellow gardeners. Welcome back to Smart Garden, where we transform everyday gardening challenges into opportunities for incredible growth. Today we're diving deep into something that frustrates countless gardeners every single fall, creating the perfect leaf bin that actually works. If you've ever opened your leaf pile to find a soggy, stinking mess or bone-dry leaves that haven't decomposed an inch after months of waiting, this guide is about to change everything for you. Let's be honest about what most of us experience with leaf composting. You rake up those gorgeous autumn leaves, pile them into a bin or corner of your yard, and wait expectantly for nature to work its magic. Fast forward 3 months, and instead of rich, crumbly compost, you're staring at a matted, slimy layer of leaves that smell like a swamp. Or perhaps the opposite happens. Your leaves remain crispy and unchanged, as if time itself has stopped inside your bin. These aren't random failures, they're predictable outcomes of a fundamental design flaw in how most people approach leaf composting. The scientific reality is elegantly simple, yet frequently misunderstood. Leaves need two critical elements working in perfect harmony: adequate oxygen flow and properly distributed moisture. When leaves pack down into dense layers without air circulation, beneficial aerobic microorganisms suffocate and die, replaced by anaerobic bacteria that produce those notorious rotten egg odors. Simultaneously, without consistent moisture penetrating every layer, the decomposition process grinds to a complete halt. Most traditional leaf bins create environments that guarantee one or both of these problems. The revolutionary approach we're about to explore addresses both challenges simultaneously, transforming your leaf waste into gardening gold faster than you ever imagined possible. So, think about how leaves behave in nature. They don't pile up in solid, impenetrable masses, they scatter across the forest floor with plenty of space between them. Your leaf bin, well, it needs to mimic this natural distribution while still containing the material efficiently. The game changer here is understanding that your bin structure should be more about what it doesn't have than what it does. Wire mesh cages, constructed from basic chicken wire or hardware cloth attached to simple stakes, create an ideal environment where air flows freely through every side of your pile. Don't worry, transformation is simpler than you think. Using a drill with a large spade bit, create a pattern of ventilation holes throughout all sides of your bin, spacing them about 6 inches apart in a staggered grid pattern. These openings act as air highways, allowing oxygen to penetrate deep into your leaf pile. For the base, elevate your bin on bricks or thick branches to create an air gap underneath. This elevation triggers what composting experts call the chimney effect. Warm air naturally rises through the pile, drawing fresh oxygen in from below and creating continuous circulation without any effort on your part. Alright folks, here's a nifty trick for you. By adding vertical PVC pipes with drilled holes and inserting them at several points throughout your pile, you can create internal air channels. This setup distributes oxygen right to the core of the pile, exactly where it's needed the most. Now, here's where many well-intentioned gardeners go dramatically wrong, believe it or not. Some either dump buckets of water on their leaf pile until it's practically swimming, or they completely forget about moisture and then wonder why nothing happens. The truth is, the optimal moisture level exists in a precise middle ground, and honestly, it's easier to achieve than most people realize. So, to get that perfect moisture level, your leaf pile should feel like a sponge that's been thoroughly soaked and then squeezed until it stops dripping. Go ahead and pick up a handful of leaves from deep within your pile and give it a good squeeze. If water streams out, you've overdone it, my friend. You'll need to add some dry material or improve the drainage a bit. If the leaves feel dusty or crumble without holding together, they're just too dry and will need gradual, thorough watering. The secret to maintaining this perfect balance really lies in strategic moisture management rather than just random watering sessions. As you build your leaf pile, go ahead and use a garden hose with a spray nozzle to thoroughly moisten each 6-inch layer before adding the next one. This ensures even distribution from the start, instead of trying to hydrate a massive dry pile later on. For ongoing maintenance, especially during those dry autumn and winter periods, check moisture levels every 2 weeks by reaching into different areas of your pile. A simple moisture meter designed for compost provides precise readings, but honestly, the squeeze test works beautifully for those who prefer more hands-on methods. Covering your pile's top surface with a breathable tarp or even a piece of old carpet helps retain moisture while still allowing air exchange. This prevents that frustrating situation where your pile's surface is dust dry, while the bottom layer is just drowning in excess water. Location plays a surprisingly crucial role in moisture management. It's best to position your leaf bin in a partially shaded area where it gets morning sun but is protected by afternoon shade. If you expose your pile to full sun, it dries out way too quickly. But if it's in complete shade, especially in poorly drained spots, you can end up with soggy conditions. Now, if you're using the popular plastic bag method for space-conscious gardening, make sure to puncture numerous small holes all over the bags. This allows excess moisture to escape while still maintaining the overall humidity inside. Doing this actually transforms what could become an anaerobic, slimy leaf mush into properly decomposing compost. Honestly, magic happens when airflow and moisture work together in perfect synchronization. Proper air circulation doesn't just provide oxygen, it helps distribute moisture throughout your pile, which prevents that all-too-common problem of wet bottoms and dry tops. At the same time, keeping optimal moisture levels stops leaves from compacting into those airless bricks that block circulation. This synergistic relationship accelerates decomposition exponentially compared to bins lacking either element. Where a standard leaf pile might take 12 to 18 months to break down, an optimized system can produce usable compost in as little as 3 to 6 months. The transformation becomes even more dramatic when you incorporate shredding into your process. Running leaves through a shredder or simply mulching them with your lawnmower breaks their waxy coating and increases surface area dramatically. These smaller pieces allow both air and moisture to penetrate more effectively while creating more entry points for decomposing fungi and bacteria. When you layer these shredded leaves in your properly ventilated, moisture-controlled bin, you create an environment where decomposition happens so efficiently you can actually watch the pile shrink week by week. Consider creating a simple layering recipe that guarantees success. Start with a 6-inch layer of shredded leaves, moisten thoroughly. Then add a thin sprinkling of finished compost or garden soil to introduce beneficial microorganisms. Repeat this pattern as you fill your bin. Every 3 to 4 weeks, use a garden fork to gently lift and turn the outer edges toward the center, redistributing materials and refreshing oxygen throughout. This combination of proper structure, consistent moisture, regular aeration, and microbial inoculation creates composting conditions that rival anything nature produces in the wild. Building your ultimate leaf bin starts with choosing or modifying your structure for maximum breathability. Whether you construct a new wire mesh cage, repurpose wooden pallets, or drill ventilation holes into an existing bin, it's important to prioritize airflow in every decision. Position your bin thoughtfully. Partial shade, good drainage, and convenient access for turning and harvesting all matter. As you fill your bin this season, go ahead and shred those leaves first, moisten each layer to that perfect sponge consistency, and consider adding periodic thin layers of nitrogen-rich materials like grass clippings or kitchen scraps to accelerate the process further. Throughout the composting period, just commit to checking moisture levels every couple of weeks and turning your pile once a month. These small investments of time yield enormous returns in compost quality and speed. If you notice ammonia smells, your pile might have too much nitrogen, so add more dry leaves. If decomposition stalls completely, check both moisture and aeration, as one or both likely need adjustment. The beauty of this system lies in its forgiveness. Small corrections quickly get things back on track because the fundamental structure supports success. Your journey to composting mastery doesn't end here. We'd love to see how your ultimate leaf bin transforms your garden's health and productivity. Share your success stories and progress photos in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to Smart Garden for more game-changing techniques that make gardening smarter, not harder. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our weekly tips, and share this guide with fellow gardeners who are tired of leaf bin failures. Together, we're building a community of gardeners who work with nature, not against it, creating abundance from what others consider waste. Happy composting.